Friday morning, and it's quite a hot day here in the UK already, even though it's 7 a.m. Sort of like you can feel the heat building. So we're going to have a nice hot day. So let's get ourselves ready for the day with our morning Qigong set. So we're going to start off, as always, a little bit of a warm up. Just sit down through the leg, just relaxing down through the leg, so you're opening up your feet, your ankle, your knees, your knee, your hip. The tailbone drops under, the pelvis sort of levels, so you're not sort of like leaning or twisting in any way, it's just level on the leg. The tailbone drops under, the spine elongates and the shoulders come to rest comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in very gently and the head suspended from the ceiling. So your bones are all floating in space, and then the muscles can relax and release and then sink down and let the skeleton do its job. So just releasing down through the hip, pick up the other foot, just place it on the floor and just rock it back and forth. You don't want to be pushing this foot hard into the ground because you're stimulating a trigger point on the base of the foot, and you're trying to get the foot, the ankle, the calf, the knee to release. And then swap to the other side. So again, just opening up the foot, the ankle, the knee, the hip, tailbone drops, pelvis is level. Shoulders are resting comfortably over the hips as the spine elongates, chin tucks in gently to open up the neck, and the head is suspended from the top of from the ceiling. And then place the other foot on the floor, sinking down through your left leg, right foot gently rocking back and forth. And change, just pick up your right foot and shake off the ankle. Swap to the other side. Then pick up the knee as high as you comfortably can and just circle your foot. Back the other way. And change. The other knee, just let yourself settle down through the leg, pick up your other knee, circle the foot. Back the other way. And change. Feet together, just circling your knees. Back the other way. And come up. Turn out the toes, turn out the heels. Just circling the hips. So it's nice gentle circles, just to loosen off the hips. So you're not making big motions like this with your hips. It's just little movements, releasing off the ball joints, the tailbone, the lower back, back the other way. And change. Circling the shoulders, nice big shoulders, circles. Again, don't put tension into it as you're circling, just allow the ball joint to float in the socket. And try and really release off the muscles. Back the other way. And change. Just breathe in, turn the head over one shoulder. Breathe out, let the head come back to center. Breathe in over the other shoulder. Breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, let the head go back. And breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, the head rolls forward. And breathe out. And repeat, so over one shoulder. And back. Other side. And back. Take the head back. And center. And roll the head forward. And back to center. And just keep going with that. Sitting back against your spine. One more. Then with the head on the chest, roll the head slowly round. And back. And change. So settling down through the feet, softening your feet. Let them spread out onto the floor. And softening your ankles. Softening the knees. Opening the hips. Let the tailbone gently just drop. Pay attention just what your legs are doing, looking for any resistance to see if you can get that to release. You want your weight to be transferring straight down through the legs gently. You don't want to be pushing your hips forward, because if you are, you're putting too much pressure down through into the knee and onto the ankle. You're not sticking your bum out and leaning your head forward, because again, you're leaning forward then, it puts too much pressure on the feet. So just keeping all the joints neutral, they're all released, they all work together, sinking down into the legs. You'll feel it into the thighs, so if you're sinking down too low, your thighs will start to scream at you. So just come up a little bit and just release. Let the tailbone tuck under. Because although we want a bit of a workout, we don't want to be feeling like we've been beaten up in a couple of days' time. So just nice and gentle, take it steady. And then elongating the spine, opening the lower back. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Tuck the chin in very gently. That opens up the neck and lifts the back of the skull, and then suspended from the top of your head. So the bones are floating upright. Lifting the head to raise the spirit, and then all the muscles release and sink down. Give you a second just to get those alignments. And softening down into the belly. Let the belly open up as you breathe in. And close down as you breathe out. Softening the diaphragm and the chest. And just let the mind soften and sink into the body. Your awareness trickle down into the belly, looking for your center of gravity. And then breathing in, just let the hands float up the center line. Chest tight, they turn up and head on up over the head. Breathing out, circling the arms down, releasing the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists, emptying the hands. Breathing in. And breathe out. Make sure the shoulders stay released and soft. Sitting back against the spine into the pelvis. Now don't worry about too much about getting your breathing to move your hands, but just sort of like get the feeling of opening up as the hands raise and you're breathing in. And then as you breathe out and the hands descend, everything sinks. Let everything go. Don't try and force anything. One more. Bring the hands up the center line to the chest. Breathe out, turn the palms and just let the hands float down by the sides. Let yourself come to rest, softening the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips. Tailbone drops as though you're sitting down on a stool. Lower back opens, upper spine elongates to stretch out all the vertebrae, but not sort of lifting yourself up, just sort of like change the position of the back so everything can open. Softening the muscles either side of the spine. Shoulders resting comfortably over the hips. Chin tucked in, raising the head. Breathing into the belly, all the bones floating in space, muscles release and sink. Take a couple of breaths. And breathing in, the hands come up to the chest. Breathing out, left palm floats up as the right hand pushes down. Breathe in, hands return to the chest. Breathe out, swap over. Sitting back against the spine into the pelvis. one more. Breathing in, the hands come up to the chest. Breathe out, both palms turn to the floor and push down to come to rest by the sides. And then again, softening your feet, your ankles, your knees, opening the hips. Tailbone drops as though you're sitting down on a stool. Lower back opens, spine elongates, shoulders resting comfortably over the hips, chin tucked in very gently to open the neck, head suspended from the ceiling. And then just breathing into the belly, sink down through the legs, sitting back against the spine into the pelvis. Just let the breathing soften and open. Just releasing the hips and the waist. Turn the waist to bring the hands around. The shoulders around, sorry. And then come back, turning the waist. So you're rotating around your spine and just turning the waist. Okay, so you don't want to be twisting down through the legs. Keep the tailbone tucked under or dropped, and really release the shoulders, and then just get the body so that you're turning, rotating around the spine, turning from the waist. So the shoulders are moving because the waist is moving. There is a temptation to sort of like twist into the legs, but if we release the legs and let them go, the legs can then act more like pistons or shock absorbers. So you're not twisting down through the knee and into the ankle, out through the feet. You're just allowing your body to rotate around the spine, and the legs can do their thing without too much effort. You've got to really let the muscles go. And then really release the shoulders, open up the shoulder joints, let the muscles go. Releasing the upper arms. Opening the elbow joints. Softening the forearms. Opening the wrists. And emptying the hands. So just pay attention to what's going on with the arms and the shoulders. Are the shoulders moving because the waist is turning? Or are you twisting through your spine and moving the shoulders independently? Are the arms swinging because the shoulders are moving? Or are you actually moving your arms round? Keeping soft down through the legs, still sitting down. Again, you're probably feeling it in your thighs. So if you need to, just come up a little bit. But keep the legs soft. And then we're going to change it and let the hands go more out to the side. So one swings in front, one behind. Again, the movement is dictated by the movement of the waist, being transferred into the shoulders, out along the arms and through to the fingertips. And just let the arms just swing like a piece of rope. Sitting back against the spine. Let your breathing just fall into a pattern that works for you. In other words, remember to breathe. Really soften the shoulders. and change. Just let the hands come to rest down by the sides. Shake the body off. Softening your feet, the ankles, the knees. Opening up the hip joints, so relaxing off the groin, the buttocks, the thighs, the lower back, all the abdominal muscles. Just let everything just expand, release and sink. Opening up the lower back, that's a function of the tailbone dropping. Elongating the spine as you bring your shoulders back to rest comfortably over the hips. Tucking in the chin so that the neck can open and elongate, then empty the neck. And suspended from space, the bones are floating upright. The muscles expand, release and sink. And then as you breathe in, the hands come forward, dropping the fingertips, raising the arms to shoulder height. And then as you breathe out, drop the elbows, drop the wrists and down. So as you're breathing in, you're opening up, but don't lean forward. Still sitting back against the spine. And then as the elbows drop, the wrists drop, the body closes. And keep going. And as the elbows drop, the wrists drop, you can sink into the thighs more. Breathing in, come up. One more. And then we change. Take the fingertips round to the right, circling up, leading with your fingertips. Right hand in front of the face, just let the left hand circle down to hold a ball in the centre. So you're not actually holding a ball, it's not an energy ball or anything like that, you're just making a ball shape so that the shoulders can rest comfortably over the hips. Weight transfers down through both legs, the palms soften. Then sitting back against your spine, turn over your right leg. And then as you square back to the centre, swap the palms, let the hands change position, square the hips. And then turning to the left, and then swapping the palms, coming back to the centre. So if you can get your breathing to sort of like move or be in time with the movement, that's great, but otherwise just remember to breathe in and out. Eventually it will coordinate and integrate. What's more important now is to remember to breathe. If you don't, you'll fall over. And you put a lot of tension into the body. So just relaxing through the shoulders and the arms. Relaxing the shoulder blades. Sitting back against the spine and feeling how everything turns and moves and how everything's connected up. You have to release the body to get that level of perception. So opening the body, releasing all the muscles. Softening the chest cavity, the diaphragm, the belly. One more. And as you square your hips to face the front, circle up your lower hands so both hands end up chest height. And then breathe out, just push the hands down. Just take a couple of breaths. And then we're closing our hands over the belly. So knuckle up the thumb in the tummy button, let the palm rest down. The other hand comes in flat over the top. Left hand under right for men, right hand under left for ladies. And then just softening down through the feet. Opening your ankles. Opening the knees. Let the tailbone drop. Lower back opens. Spine elongates as the shoulders come to rest comfortably over the hip. Chin tucked in gently to open up the neck. Suspended from space from the top of the head. And then just let all the muscles release as the bones stand upright. So muscles release, expand and sink. Sitting back against the spine and just opening the body up as you breathe in. And closing as you breathe out. The abdominal wall expand as you breathe in. And close down as you breathe out. So just Just let your body move. You're looking for that feeling of comfort so that you could actually stand like this all day. That's what your alignments are all about, just to find that point where the body can just stand comfortably. Totally neutral, feeling good. So anywhere where you've got tension or resistance, you could just rotate or move, do whatever needs to happen to let that go. And settle back down. And bring the hands up, wiggling the fingers at the ends of the arms, softening your shoulders, opening the elbows and sinking the elbows, softening the wrists and emptying the hands. So you should be able to find a sweet spot where the arms can just float in space and there's no tension into the shoulders or down through the arms. So just allow your arms just to move to find that position. And bring the hands down and just circle the hands at the ends of the arms. And then we change, breathing in, coming up onto the toes. Breathe out, let the body drop. Breathing in, come up. And breathe out. And keep going. One more. And relax. Just come up and just give the legs a shake. Circle the hips if you need to. The other way. And the shoulders, just loosen everything off. And back. And we are done. So thank you so very much for joining me again this Friday morning. That's the last set for July. We'll be back on Monday morning, 3rd of August. I had thought the 3rd of August was a bank holiday, but it's only in Scotland, so it was wishful thinking on my part. So we will be here Monday morning with another 7 AM Qigong set. For all red, white and black dragons, if you want to join me for the final day of our 20 days to Sung Qigong challenge, I'll be over in the White Dragon Qigong group, Dragon Warrior Qigong group at 9:30 this morning, where we'll go through that final set. Other than that, if you enjoyed this, tag, share, like, leave your comments, blah, 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 and have a really great day. And we'll see you in the next one. Take care.